So I'll share this recording at the end every day. So we'll start with the introduction and some the on the data model of BRM. So
Okay,
uh, BRM architecture, if you see, it is built up of these components. So let me open MOT diagram. I think in the demo also we talked about it. So I'll jump to the components of BRM. So BRM basically it's for billing and revenue management for any subscription or any um, business where they are doing subscription creation for rating and billing purpose of their usage of their like whatever product they are monetizing on. So that will get rated and billed in the Oracle BRM. So internally in the BRM system, we will have mainly the connection manager, which will do the business operations like uh, the logic of the operation is maintained by connection manager. So and for every transaction in BRM we will have a opcode called, like opcode is an API for we can relate it with any API we have from any application. So BRM has given some standard opcodes which we can invoke for certain operations. For example, if we are creating an account or subscription, then for that there is a specific opcode and it expects some standard input to be passed. And uh, like every opcode has its input and output specifications. So we'll see that, but at a high level, uh, it is the connection manager will host these opcodes in different modules, and any request which is coming from upstream from the application tiers will come to the connection manager, and connection manager is going to validate the request and then uh, uh, take certain steps on that operation, be it account creation or running the billing or generating an invoice. So based on the operation opcode API, it will invoke those steps, and then for storing that or persisting that information in database, it's going to invoke the data manager DM Oracle, because the backend database is Oracle DB. So there is a data manager to handle means request from CM and then convert it into an SQL language to update the database tables. So any kind of transaction will follow this uh, kind of flow, where the request means the request is sent to CM and CM then uh, validates it and then proceeds further. And if there is any error during this, then it will send a failure response. So we'll see more on this. So so the like here this is the running BRM environment where we have one DB and the app running over here. So we can check what all is running by this command ps minus ef. So DM Oracle and CM, these are the main two components which are there. uh, So this is the CM, and to check whether the CM is up and running, just to see the connectivity is okay, we have a tool called testnap. So if I type pin, it goes to the home path of the BRM, and this is the path where I am right now. So same structure is there when you import this VM. In like this path can be something little different based on where the BRM is installed. So this is where the BRM home directory is, and there is a test folder And from here for every component there is a configuration file. Like if you see this sys folder, so there are multiple folders here. So for each component there is a different folder. CM, DM Oracle, for example, we'll see few more components, but as of now let's look at these two. So CM and DM Oracle, if for each component there are different configuration files for specific components. So if we go to CM, the connection manager, it has its own pin.conf file. This contains all the configuration of this CM, like what is the log level, how much logging we are doing for the CM, and then CM is going to connect to the DM Oracle, so it will have a pointer to the DM Oracle. So if you look at this file, so one I was saying is the log level. So we have different levels here. If it is typically we use 1 and 3. One is for like just for the errors, and 3 is the higher level where we log the debug messages as well. So typically one is used for production because we don't want to do extra logging for in production because it consumes some time for each transaction. So, and this is like system wide. So, and every operation API is being called through the CM. So we kind of get the CM logs to do all the analysis of any opcode. So, and this is the path of where the logging will happen. Then this is the port on which the CM is running. So if somebody wants to connect to CM, they have to connect to this port. Then so CM has to connect to DM Oracle. So there will be some entry for DM pointer. So the DM Oracle is running on this port, and so since this is the local, both this are running in the same server, so it is like pointing to this port. So idea is that this pin.conf is the configuration for each component, and uh, we also add few more configuration parameters if there are something like threshold values, minimum payment or minimum refund. If we want to configure, still use this configuration file so that we can do the changes without any code change. Some cases we want to do just configure, change the values. So we kind of leverage this at that point. So so in order to check if DCM is running, we can go to the test folder and do a test nap. Test nap is basically checking the connectivity to the CM. So if it returns a prompt means it is working. So currently it connected. So if my CM is not up, then it'll it will not get connected. So there are certain scripts to stop and restart CM, because sometimes if we make any code changes, we are going to restart the CM to load the some of the data in the cache. So there are start and stop scripts in the bin folder, although we can call it from any folder because it's in the path. So start. If you look at all the start, and then there are stop scripts for each component. So as of now, we have looked at only two components, which is CM and DM Oracle. So at points, we have to restart these in cases there are some deployments which will need a restart of the connection manager. So what we'll do is basically we'll call the stop CM. If we are going to restart it, then look if the CM is stopped. Yeah, CMMP is a different one. So there is no thread running for the CM. So I can then do a start CM, and then this thread has come up, and in the log also we can see. So the logs are all there in the var folder. So if there is any error, if you want to troubleshoot, we can go to the log and look for anything starting with E, letter E. Here, D means debug, W means warning. So we just look for lines starting with E. So here there are few E's, but they are not kind of bringing the service down. So they are not that bad. So, but if you kind of are using these components, that it might have some issues. So, again to test, we have restarted just to make sure that the CM is running properly. Uh, we can again run test nav to check. Okay. Yeah, so this was a brief intro of two components, CM, DM, Oracle. And then this architecture, with these two layers are responsible for all the transactions. And the database, at the end, it is going to write into the database for any transaction happening from the in the BRM. So we should be familiar about the basic tables and uh, which how to connect and relate different tables. So that we know what has happened and to validate whether the operation was successful or there is any issue. So we'll look at the basic tables of BRM. Any questions till now, Lampros? Lampros?
No, 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 no. It's everything clear.
Okay, so I don't know if you have heard of few of these tables as you were around when you were working in the PDC and maybe synchronizing the products to BRM. Do you know any tables from BRM?
Yes, they are similar. Account T, event T.
Okay, so did you get a chance to like query these tables and look at
Yes,
some of
yes,
the data?
yes. The quiz you showed me before are
Okay,
similar,
got it,
similar
got
to
it.
this that we are working.
Yeah, so I'll go over them briefly. If you feel that you already know it, please tell me. I'll skip it, some of them. Um, so idea is to know about how these are linked together. So mainly in the product side, when we create any products discounts, these tables will be populated. Product underscore T, rate plan, rate and rate bal impacts T, and they are linked like these. We have the product obj in the rate plan T, and which links to the void of this table, and there is a rate and rate balance T which eventually connects to a rate plan. So there is a rate plan over here. Maybe this is a little smaller. Yeah, so rate plan, these are connected like through this column. Rate plan obj is void id 0 in rate plan. By the way, this void id is the unique identifier for each table, and if there is a child table, although they are not tightly means they're not mentioned as foreign keys, but this is kind of a foreign key where POID ID is the primary and OBJ ID is the foreign key. Like one rate can have multiple impacts um to the balance. So here we have like this is the main impact table where we have different whatever the charges we want to apply for that particular event, we will uh, add that. So, so I think I have something for the product. Here I don't have. I'll maybe uh, extract that and show it later. So today we can look at the account and other tables. So after the pricing, we have the subscription part. Like once the pricing is set up in the BRM, then BRM can then take like create the means the orders can be sent to the BRM, and BRM can create accounts, subscriptions, and then subsequently generate the bills and invoices. So the pricing. Typically in the PDC, maybe means there are couple of approaches. Either they do in a product hub and then send this to BRM, or BRM itself is the product master, and we create the products in the BRM database first and then sync it to other systems. So, depending on which approach is suitable for that project, they will decide. The architects will decide maybe, and then follow that approach. So once the product and discounts are created in BRM, then BRM can create the accounts and subscriptions, and then we can do the rating part of it, and then generate bills on regular recurring basis. So if you look at the main tables for the subscription management and account management, it will be starting with account underscore T. Account underscore T POID ID is going to be referenced in most of the other tables now. Like if we want to relate any event is belonging to which account, we will use this POID ID. So this POID ID is present as account OBJ ID in the other tables. So if we look here, we'll see almost everywhere it is account OBJ ID, which is basically the POID ID in the account T table. So because all this is related to some account, the bill, the items, the services which are subscribed for this account. So all are related through this POID ID 0. Then typically account number will be there, which is a number which may be displayed on the invoice, or through which the customer will call the customer center, or this is another identifier for the account. But internally within BRM, we are going to use this POID ID. This is POID IDs are generated in BRM using some logic. Means it's not a pure sequence, but it is based on the time of the system as well as a sequence. So it's a combination of it. So internally they have a library which will take care of generation of POID. We generally we don't generate POID, and we cannot insert something on our own. Means we cannot generate a POID and then insert it in these tables typically. Certain cases, I think there is some generation done, but not typically we don't do that. We rely on the opcodes to do that. So when we call a commit customer opcode, then that opcode is going to take care of generating a POID and then inserting it into different tables. So that is the idea behind these POIDs, and it is POIDs are always like the unique IDs for each table. So mostly the master tables have a POID, and then the child table has a object ID. Whereas the master tables means if we have these two, then combination of these two is like holding like one record in this rate T is multiple records in balances. So that's where we have OBJ ID as the child table. So here these POID IDs are their identifiers for their own these own tables only. Bill info T or pay info T or purchase product, these all have a POID ID, but these are like all unique IDs for these their individual tables. And they have a account obj ID, which is nothing but the POID ID in this account table. So from accounting, whenever we create an account, these blue tables, these are the main tables. There are a few more tables which will get updated or new records will be created. But this is the minimum where whenever we create an account and purchase any product for that account. So if we created a product P1 over here, and then if we want to create account and then purchase this P1, then there will be two steps typically. One is you will create an account with the address and some other basic information, the billing information. I mean, what is the billing day of the month, BDOM, and what is the, so these three tables means one, and these two. So, so when we come to account and subscription creation, typically we'll do it in two steps. One is we'll create account, means create account or create customer, and as part of that we'll populate these three tables: account T, bill info T, pay info T. Uh, and there are few more tables, of course, but these are the main ones where we mention that okay, these are the currencies and this is the account ID, and this is the billing information, what is the frequency of the billing, and uh, what is the date of the billing. Date of the billing is in accounting cycle DOM. It has few more information, we'll look at it, and it will create payment information, whether they are going to pay through credit card or debit card or other payment methods. So this is when these will be populated. And the next step, this was the first step when we created account. The next step will be to purchase the product and discounts. Let's suppose, so suppose they want to purchase this P1. At that time they will first create a service. So if this product is for a broadband, let's say broadband service, so then they will first create a service, broadband service, with a unique identifier. So unique identifier is the login ID. And then the once service is created, then this P1 will be purchased for this account. So we created account A1 here, and then we are creating a service S1 for the broadband over here, and then this P1 will get uh, purchased here. So there will be a record created in the purchased product T, because we want to track what all products this account has created. So we create a entry in the purchase product. So purchase product will hold all the products which this account has purchased, and their status. We maintain status in many of the tables. Status is telling us whether it is active, inactive, or closed. Typically, in all these tables, we have a status uh, column which tells us whether it is active, inactive. So, because during the life cycle, we can change this to can if we cancel this P1 after 6 months, then the status will move from active to closed or cancelled. So there are some values which are there, which will tell us what is the picture of this product for this account. Okay, so
Can I make a
yeah,
question? In
yeah,
the
yeah.
in the, in the purchased product table, the product object ID
Mm-hmm.
we can have multiple of them in there or only unique.
This will be unique. This is basically nothing but the ID of product T.
Yeah, I mean
It tells
in the
us
view when we
which
view,
product ID was purchased. Yeah.
so we can have multiple of them when we view them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
If
okay,
this account is purchasing, let's say P1 and P2, two products, one for broadband and let's say one for TV or something, or any
okay.
other
Yes,
software product. So yeah, there will be multiple entries here. For each product, there will be one entry here. So one account can purchase two. So in our suppose in our product tables, we are launched 10 products, and but this account A1 is interested in only two products. Then there will be two entries in this purchase product. saying that this account has two products which are purchased,
Okay, okay.
and these are the dates, cycle start and cycle end, like from when to when this is active. So
Yeah.
it might be for 1 year term they have taken, then the dates will be from today till next February, like that. So to track that, we store this information.
Caro, if it is in a bundle, the cycle will be the same. But if we purchase them separately,
Mhm.
will we have to cycle ends?
Yeah, different. It can be different. So
Okay,
if
okay,
suppose,
perfect.
yes, yes. Suppose
Clear, clear.
P1 was purchased this month, and down the line, after 6 months, they purchased P2. Then the start will be like in August, let's say. Today, P1 was purchased in February, and then P2 was purchased in August. Then this August date will be there in the cycle start over
Okay,
here
okay, okay,
for
okay,
P2. So,
okay.
so that it will charge from then onwards. And stop the charging when the end date has arrived. Um, yeah, we'll see some queries, run some queries and see. So after this, this rating billing ones. So these, uh, when we create these subscriptions, and let's say we purchase these products, so if they has, if we take the recurring charges. So immediately, assuming that P1, P2 has a recurring charge of one is $100 and one $50, then as soon as we purchase them, there will be charges applied as 150 in the balance of the customer. So all these cycle charges will be created as events for BRM. Every kind of event which is having a charge impact, or in fact for no charge impact also, we track them as create by creating events. So all these, suppose the cycle charges will be created as events over here, and event will tell us what is the earn date and earn start and earn date. So if the recurring charge is only for 1 month for now, because we will charge them for first 1 month recurring basis, so the start and end will be 6th of February to, let's say, 1st of March. So these will be the dates here as earned start and earned end. Since and then in March again we are going to charge them again, then this another event will be created for March. So that way, any so these charges will be tracked as events in BRM, and they will tell us for which period these events are. Like if it is for February, these dates will reflect February. Then also it tells us for which account this charge is applied, account OBJ, then service OBJ, currency. Then there is a sub table of this event table, which is event val impacts T, because, and this has a OBJ ID, so it relates again to this POID ID. So one POID can have multiple balances. So if there are two impacts, like one is uh, the charge. So we created a charge C1, let's say, of $50, and then it has a tax also. So suppose tax is 10%, so there will be two impacts. One is the charge and one is the tax. So this will be the one impact, and then there will be um, $5 other impact also, which is the tax. So there will be two charge balance impact created in this table, which will tell us this is the charge and this is the tax. So and here in this balance impact, we will have some more information which will explain more about this event. Like for example, the impact type. So impact type tells us whether it is a charge or a discount or a tax. So if we have a discount, then we will apply, let's say, $50, and then maybe 20% discount, then we will have minus 10. So we'll create 150 and then minus 10 another record in this event bal impact to tell us there is a discount of 20%. So it will be two records will be created, one as $50, one as negative $10, and the impact type will be different, which will tell us whether it is charge event or a discount event. Then the GL ID, what is the uh, unique ID from which will be used for all the revenue reports at the end of the month, or we'll generate the reports based on this GL ID. The journal entries will be created. These are the amount, quantity. So it supports the quantity based charging. If we have purchased some product in multiple quantity, we can apply the charges based on quantity. Percent is more on the proration side. If we have purchased the product today, let's say on 6th, and our billing cycle is 1, so we will charge the customer from 6th February to 1st of March. So this percent will be then 0.8 or something, 80% of the month. So it will store that proration amount. And then next month onwards, when we bill the customer from 1st March to 1st April, then it will be as 100% only. So this percent is basically the prorated value so if the P1 product was $50, then we'll multiply it with the days of the month for which we are charging, into 22 days only now. 22 days only and divided by 28. So that percent will be added over here. Then we'll also have a tax code, whether if we apply a tax, what is the tax code, and the balance group. There is a balance group table. We'll talk about it later, but this is the event will be created for any charge which is applied. Once these events are created, they are grouped together as items. So item is nothing but a grouping of all the events, similar events. So if we have multiple usage events, during the course of the month, if the person has done 100 usage calls, then all 100 will be clubbed in one item record, and this item record will track the total charge for all these events. So the total due and due amount. So this is basically grouping of all the events based on the event type. There is a status in this item which tells us whether this item is already billed or unbilled or paid. Like when we are not yet billed the customer for these charges, the status will be kind of unbilled. Once we generate a bill for these items, I mean, then eventually these events are also getting billed. So this will change to billed, and once the payment is done on these, then it becomes closed. So this is what the item status mean. We don't have any status in these two tables, but we do have a status in item T and bill T.
Okay.
Bill is also kind of a grouping of all the items, and if we have different type of charges, like recurring charges, one-time charges, usage charges, these are the three main category of charges, and we create three items for each customer every month. And it will be based on the service. Like if we have two services, then there are different items for different services. So there is a service object. So the bill is a group of all the items. At the end of the month, a bill will be generated, which is the total of all the items. So the bill total due will be sum of all the items total due, right? It also will track the previous balance which was outstanding, and which gets carried forward. And also if there is a hierarchy of accounts, like one is the parent account and another is a child account, and all the charges are rolled up to the parent, then those will be tracked as subordinate total, and current total are its own charges, the account charges itself. Then RECVD is the received. If we make any payment, it will be reflected as received. Every bill will have a bill number to track what bill was generated, and there is a due date. Uh, when is the bill due? Based on the business policy, after how many days we are supposed to collect the bill. Yeah, so overall, these will be from the billing and charging point of view, these four tables. There are
One
a few
question
more
about
like
the
balance group.
billings, the
Mhm.
billings, the bill tables. Uh, Bill T has no status, you said. Only item
It
T
too
has a status.
it has a status. Bill T has a status. Only these events will not have status. Bill T status is like whether we received the payment or not. That we will track from that.
Okay, if it's overdue or it's bad.
Yeah, overdue will not come to know from Bill T. Based on the duty, we'll know. Okay, yeah. Basically, if there is anything overdue, it will be in the due column. So
Oh,
total due
okay,
is the one which we billed the customer, and if there is any payment, partial payment, if suppose we billed for 50 and then they paid only 40, then the 10 will be due.
okay,
But the total due will reflect the total 50.
okay,
Okay. You might have to rejoin this because I think this is less than 1 minute left. So
okay.
the
Let me
same
reconnect.
link you can, yeah, we can
Yes.
connect. Okay, I'll stop